When we think of the Christmas story, I always think of the beautiful, miraculous pieces. Angels bringing messages, stars that don't act like stars are supposed to act, wise men coming with gifts. But then there are some hard parts of the Christmas story that we think about sometimes at Christmas time, I guess, or, if we're reading through the Bible. But they don't necessarily fit our pretty nativity scene. They don't fit so nicely in a box or under a beautiful Christmas tree. And I don't know. So one of those is in my devotion today in Matthew chapter 2. The wise men had let King Herod know there is a king because they hoped he knew where the king was. And then, sorry, bunnies are joining me. Say hi. And then the wise men were warned not to go back and tell him where the king was. And so they didn't. And he's enraged and he decides he's going to kill all of the children 2 years old or older in the area. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? There are historic documents that show this second time that the infants in Israel had been killed, and it breaks your heart to think that that is a reality in this Christmas story. But it is. And today, just thinking about it, a couple of things come to mind. The first is that God knew that was going to happen, and of course he sent a way for Christ to be whisked away to Egypt, to be hidden from this destruction, so he survived, and the enemy, he really wasted his effort. But second is that this is the second time the enemy has used this strategy to kill all of the children of Israel, and the second time that God has saved out someone from it. And so the enemy, he kind of uses the same tactics over and over and over again in our lives, but God is faithful and he can make a way for us. Something to remember.